What are you listening to? What's the score? West Side Story. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Snap, for being in so many of our videos. You know, it's hard being out there and trying to make it your way and do things that you know are not the correct thing to do. But if you have friends and you have sponsors like Snap, you got it, okay? But seriously, folks, Trespass is pastoral. That's what I've heard it's been called. If there's, which I guess it has to do with pastors or pastures or Louis Pasteur or pasteurization of milk products. But seriously, we'd like to thank Snap for sponsoring us and making everything possible today. Snap, it's what you do. Lame jokes aside, Trespass is a phenomenal album. My kids love it. My fictional kids love it. Their fictional pets love it. My mom hates it. Let's talk about this album because it is the beginning, I believe, of Genesis. Genesis means beginnings. And this is my favorite band. I love them more than my 55-year-old dad. I don't love them quite as much as my 62-year-old dad. I have two fathers. The cover art is so blue and dull and boring. It gets no points there. Throw it away. We have a war in the background. I'm sorry. We have a song about war and assassination called The Knife. We have a song about a white mountain and the whiteness of that mountain. And it's really about a feudal war between wolves. We have another song that is very good. They're good songs. I like them. I listen to it all the time. Dusk. Oh, that is a great song. It has me just not bawling my eyes out, but maybe juicing them out a little bit. And who can forget Looking for Someone? Hasn't everyone done that in their life? And don't you know that when someone cries out mom in the mall, that some 5 moms answer? Do you have lost children? Well, I'm a lost child myself. I've been trying to look for my 55-year-old dad and my 62-year-old father. I have 2 fathers. And lastly, but not leastly, we have Stagnation, which is a song about drinking dirty water after nuclear fallout. It's a good one. It builds up to this very climatic finish, and it's one of the standout tracks. So there are 5 hugely good songs in this album, and this is their sophomore effort, so I really give them props for that. Stop making noise, Ice Machine. Stupid Ice Machine. So Peter manages to sound strained without losing the tone of his voice, and I love that. Well, there are many stringed instruments and flutes, but there's nowhere a song to better kill the opinion of the critics and tell them how good this band is than I would say The Knife. It's really just pumps it out whole time, full throttle, just chugging around like a train. The lyrics are present. It's good. I have to show you down in the link below. If you go to the link below, you'll see that we didn't put that because we have very low production qualities in this video. We don't have links. Sorry. I'm sorry. It'll be okay. It's okay. So the band Genesis knew how to play, and they did it wonderfully. And this is just their second album. If you listen to the first one, From Genesis to Revelation, not very good. It's because they were being controlled by the producers who told them to write hippie music. And when they took over, little girls just spring up from nowhere. And that's a great thing, I think. Hello.
I like Peter Gabriel, better than Colin.
You know what? Give it a listen. Genesis are more accessible to me as a group than Yes, or Pink Floyd, or King Crimson, or ELP, Rush, anything you say in the progressive rock spectrum. They are more accessible. They are better. Give them a listen. And I would just say, I highly recommend this book, Snap. It changed my life. Snap. It makes everything in this video possible. They're not even paying us yet. I hope it's not something that exists, then we're making fun of it. Actually, we've changed our sponsor, and because we've been dropped by Snap, to Puzzle Piece Jigsaw Piece and Towel. It'll towel you up. If you get wet, you know, it helps a little bit. Sponsor us, because we're poor. You don't even get... You can tell that I do eat a little bit, because my waistline. So, you know, I'm not starving poor. Genesis really had an ear for melody, and they composed catchy tunes, and you know, I can listen to the whole thing and I can enjoy it. You can listen to a Rush track that's 12 minutes long, and you're going to get the same thing throughout, and it's good. Rush is a good band. They're a good Canadian band. They're good for Canadians. Canada doesn't have many good bands. But you know what? Pink Floyd, some of their songs, their earlier songs, they were terrible, and Pink Floyd admits that. But Genesis, they were pretty much good from 1970 to 1986. That's a controversial statement because there's a big division between the people on the Peter Gabriel side and on the Phil Collins side. I like both. In the end, I give Trespass 7.9. Hey, that's pretty good for a second album. Out of 10. Very interesting start, guys. Thumbs up. Puzzles are fun.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for someone!
Okay.